spectacular sight in southern Iceland where a volcano is erupting near a glacier. Scientists used snowmobiles Wednesday to get
on 6 continents. This is the plume from the air, a massive cloud of ash following the winds and weather patterns right across the Atlantic, the same route the planes fly. Here's what happened. Last night, a new vent opened and exploded in an already smoldering volcano under the ice cap in Iceland. This is what it did to air travel in Europe from 3 a.m. to noon. All the flights landed at just ground to a halt. More than 4,000 flights have been canceled, many of them from the U.S. to Europe, but most of them in Europe itself. By tonight, the ash cloud, we're told, will cover the entire United Kingdom.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Bob Schieffer at CBS News headquarters in New York. We're on the air because there's been a terrible aircraft accident at the Pearson International Airport in Toronto. A plane apparently trying to land skidded off the end of the runway, and as you can see from these pictures, has broken up and is now in flames. Now, we do not know from airport authorities what plane this is, but Toronto police say it is an Air France aircraft. It was apparently a passenger aircraft. Rescue vehicles rushed to the scene. It's in a wooded area, as you can see, near Highway 401. This is Canada's busiest highway. This happened in just the past few minutes. Our aviation and transportation.
Chris 111 Heavy is declaring ban after smoke in the cockpit. Request immediate return to that convenient place, I guess, Boston.
Swiss Air 111, roger. Turn right to proceed. You say to Boston you want to go?
I guess Boston. We need first the weather, so we start a right turn here. Swiss Air 111 Heavy. 111 Heavy, the mask on. Go ahead with the weather.
And Swiss Air 111, can you tell me what your fuel on board is and the number of passengers?
What's the simple for this?
Swiss Air 111, when you have time, could I have the number of souls on board and your fuel on board, please, for emergency services?
Roger. At the time, fuel on board is 230 tons. We must dump some fuel. May we do that in this area during the sun?
Okay. Swiss Air 111, continue left heading 180. You'll be off the coast within about 15 miles.
Roger, left heading 180, Swiss Air 111, and maintaining 10,000 feet.
Roger.
Swiss Air 111, at the time we must fly manually. Are we clear to fly between 11,000 and 9,000 feet? 11 Heavy, we are between 12 and 5,000 feet. We are declaring emergency now at time 0124.
Roger.
11 Heavy, we starting dump now. We have to land immediate.
Swiss Air 111, just a couple of miles. I'll be right with you.
Roger. And we are declaring emergency now. Swiss Air 111.
Copy that. Swiss Air 111, check you're cleared to start the fuel dump.
Hello?
This just in, you are looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
I'd say the whole takes about, looks like 6, 7 floors were taken out. And there's more explosions right now. Hold on, people are running.
Listen, hold on just a moment. We've got an explosion inside.
The building's exploding right now. You got people running up the street.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll tell you what's going on.
Okay, just put Winston on pause there for just a moment.
Okay, the whole building just exploded some more. The whole top part.
Okay.
Morning, Cleveland, United 93 is with you at 350. Intermittent light stop. United 93 checking in 350. United 93 350, roger. United 93, that traffic for you is 1 o'clock, 12 miles eastbound 370. Negative contact, we're looking United 93. Somebody call Cleveland? United 93, verify 350.
United 93, verify your flight level 350. United 93, verify your level of 350. Transmission. American 1060, you heard that also?
Yes, sir, twice.
Roger, we heard that also. Thanks. I just wanted to confirm it wasn't some interference.
Executive 956.
Executive 956, go.
Please sit down. Keep remaining sitting. We have a ball aboard. So, stand.
Calling Cleveland Center, you're unreadable. Say again slowly.
Sir, did you hear the transmission where the airplane that said he had a bomb on board?
Say again. Was that United 93?
Yeah, that transmission he said was unreasonable. It sounded like someone said they have a bomb on board.
That's what we thought. We just we didn't get it clear. Is that United 93 calling? Executive 956. That aircraft we believe was transmitting is 12 o'clock, 5 miles. Turn left heading 225. I'll get you away from him.
$300. $100. $50. $40. $30.
Rahul, in fact, three important things, if I can show you for this on this map, which is in fact tracking most of the flights, commercial flights all across the subcontinent. Three important things. Number one, the Pakistani airspace is completely empty. So the Pakistan, in a heightened sense of urgency, security, nothing is flying over Pakistan. This is the entire region of Pakistan. If you could see Lahore, Faisalabad, Multan, Bahawalpur and Islamabad up here, Peshawar, all these areas, there is not a single flight on the airspace of Pakistan.
As nervous passengers boarded Boeing 737s, the president was preparing to declare they shouldn't fly.
All of those planes are grounded. effective immediately.
And this from air traffic control.
We just got a call from your company. You need to contact them.
Tower Southwest 410, we've been directed to return to the gate.
The 737 MAX 8, which has now crashed twice in 5 months, as well as its longer version, the 737 MAX 9, both grounded.
Any plane currently in the air will go to its destination and thereafter be grounded until further notice.
The passenger jet rocked by sudden and severe turbulence, 36,000 feet in the air with no warning over the Pacific. The jet then plummeting, nearly 3 dozen passengers hurt, many hitting their heads on the ceiling. The Air Canada flight made an emergency landing in Hawaii. ABC's David Curley covers aviation.
Oxygen mask dangling in the Boeing 777 right after that severe turbulence.
Half the cabin didn't have seatbelts on and there was no warning, and then half of them, their head hit the roof.
The Air Canada jet had left Vancouver for Sydney, and halfway over the Pacific, the pilots turned on the fasten seatbelt lights.
But before people even had time to get back to their seats, the plane just dropped and everybody hit the floor or hit the roof.
Everyone's head in the plane who wasn't wearing a seatbelt just hit the roof.
Request level.
370, we are ready, requesting flight level 350 to Beijing.
Malaysian 370 is cleared to Beijing via P-Boss Alpha departure, 6,000 feet, squawk 2157.
370, 32 right of takeoff, 9. 32 right of takeoff, Malaysia 37, thank you. Archer Malaysian 370. Malaysian 370, selamat pagi. Identified, climb flight level 180, cancel SID, turn right direct to Ikari. Okay, level 180, direct Ikari, Malaysian 370. 370, contact lampu radar 1326 Kenai. Alright, 1326 Malaysian 370. Lampu control Malaysian 370.
Malaysian 370, lampu radar, good morning, climb flight level 250.
Morning, level 250, Malaysian 370.
Malaysian 370, climb flight level 350.
Climb level 350, Malaysian 370. Malaysian 370, maintaining level 350.
Malaysian 370.
Malaysian 370, maintaining level 350.
Malaysian 370. Malaysian 370, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.9. Good night.
Good night, Malaysian 370.
You know, I'm glad I was working that day, because for me, 9/11, it validated in every reason for the dispatcher to be in the position. It was the day that defined dispatchers to me. We were conveying flight safety, critical information to those flights from all over the country and getting planes on the ground. And I don't think there was a better example of what the work that we do than that day. Every day there's amazing work that gets done, but that day purely defined what a dispatcher is, their value to the aviation community, their value to the aviation infrastructure. And so there was a part of me that was proud to be there. There's proud to be there with the teammates that I was at with United. There was, I don't ever look back on that and regret being in that office that day, ever.
We're all working together, whether we're union, management, senior management, or just the janitor. We're all doing what we can to do the best for our airline at that point in time. We throw aside our differences. We throw aside any rancor or mistrust that we may have. And I saw everyone involved doing the absolute best that they could at that period of time.
So that afternoon, when I got home and I sat down and watched the news to recap the whole day, my daughter, who was about 4 years old at the time, she sat next to me on the couch, and as she was watching the images on TV, she was trying to process, why would anyone fly an airliner into a building and kill all those people. And I remember she asked me, Daddy, why did those pilots fly those airplanes into the building? And trying to keep things as simple as possible, I remember I told her, I said, Mary, there were some very bad people flying those airplanes. And she looked up and she asked me, are those pilots going to be fired? And it was, I think it was just a new chapter that was being opened in all of our lives that day.
I continue to think about moving forward and the lessons learned and what it is that we do today and how we react to situations and taking care of everybody that we can, because one day it could be your family and you want that dispatcher to take care of them the way you would, because you must always remember to never forget.
We will always remember to never forget.
We must always remember to never forget.
We must always remember to never forget.
We must always remember to never forget.